Alright, so I'm back with yet another video of Stronghold Crusader. This video is going to be a bit different. Here, I'm going to test the best lords in the game on an empty map. So this is going to be a different challenge for these lords. They will be fighting on an empty map without any resources or any production. So I have chosen Saladin versus Emir to start with, and the gold to begin with will be 40,000. It's because I want these lords to have no problems in setting up their basics. All right, so I'm just starting the fight. So this is a completely empty map, as you can see. There's nothing on it. Here's Emir. Here's Saladin. I mean, they're starting with 40,000 gold, so they will have no problem setting up their basics and defense. I'm just increasing the speed. Almost set. Their defenses and castles are almost set and built, constructed, and they're down to 28, 27,000 gold, both of them. Okay, Amir is launching his first attack, and Saladin is
Once
throwing his
more onto
catapults
the
at Emir.
breach.
Also, Saladin is gathering his troops on his castle to attack. So both guys have got troops bonus combat. It's because of the fear factor, good things that they have placed. So as long as they have got good amount of gold, they will keep exchanging blows with each other. But I really want to see what response will they give once their gold is ended. It's because they do not have any production buildings or any resources to gather and to build their to gather gold. So far, Saladin is putting pressure by sending his catapults. Amir is launching his attack again. Amir really likes to print units and keep throwing at the enemy. He doesn't stop for a moment either. But it won't be enough to kill Saladin. He needs to launch bigger attacks in order to put Saladin under pressure. Now, as you can see, still have got a good amount of gold. They are good economists. I mean, as you can see that their bakery production is working fine, and I don't know if his armory is working fine. Yeah, he has got some metal armors. So he's doing all that buying and selling stuff, and also raiding Emir. And Emir is pretty good as well. His bakery production is working fine. You can see the number of inns that he has, almost 3, so it's equal to 100% popularity for Emir. So Saladin has got 169 troops. Emir is recruiting more troops. Saladin is, I don't know, waiting and not recruiting more troops. Emir is launching again. I think Emir will soon run out of gold before Saladin. It's because he really likes to print units fast. So it might, being the aggressor, might put him under pressure here. Might put him on the back foot actually. It's because this is an empty map and you need to be more strategic. So Saladin is sitting quietly. He's just using his catapults and horse archers to imitate Emir. Emir sends his horse archers again. Okay, now Saladin goes for the offensive. And given that Amir's two castles here aren't that defensively that good, it's because he doesn't have any moat and only breaking the castle is enough. Breaking the tower is enough to enter Amir's castle. Though they are not giving them off. Saladin has burnt Emir, and I think this should be the game over for Emir because it will make Emir hopeless. It's because Emir does not have, I mean, they do not have any sort of resources to gather and rebuild their economy. Okay, Emir was able to extinguish the fire, but the damage has already been done. I think, let me see the amount of gold that Emir has. Oh, still has got a good amount of gold. In fact, his economy is working fine at the moment. I thought he might run short of gold, but he isn't. He's as good as Saladin, but you know, defensively, it's Saladin and Wolf are the best lords in the game, along with Emperor Frederick. Uh, which is some sort of an advantage that Saladin has over Emir. But still, I must say that economically, Emir is also doing a good job here. Saladin has got 20,000 gold, so he isn't going anywhere with his gold. It proves that how good Saladin is economically. He really likes to run the desert. As you can see, his granary food working fine. He has got all fear factors, good things, which also boost his economy. He has got a good number of inns placed, which gives popularity a high. And he's also buying and selling iron to produce metal armor and swords. And also on top of that, he must have applied a good amount of taxes as well. So Emir charges again with 250 troops. And I forgot to tell you one thing, that these guys are not the buffed guys. These are the originals from the game. I mean, I'm not using Unofficial Crusader patch this time to buff them and they start sort of creating all those siege engines and all other troops. They are the vanilla guys. I don't think Emir will be able to cause any significant amount of damage on Saladin unless he sends catapults. He uses siege engines to damage his towers, which would also bring Saladin's gold down, given that he will have to buy stone and place towers again. just as you saw that Saladin did against Emir multiple times and also burnt his economy as well. But Emir is still doing a great job here. He has got 10,000 gold. Saladin has got almost double. Now Saladin, because he is recruiting, he has got now 15,000. He's charging again on Emir. As you can see, this is the difference. That Saladin is using his siege engines to a good effect, but Emir isn't. I think Saladin must destroy Amir's siege engines camps for Amir to start recruiting his troops, his units again. 17,000 gold for Saladin. Now Amir is recruiting again. $18,000 Saladin, 10,000 Emir. But both guys are economically very good. I mean, they haven't gone short of gold so far, both of them. In fact, Saladin's production and all that inside his castle is working absolutely fine. And so for Emir is the same case, but because he was burnt initially, I thought he might have run short of gold, but it wasn't the case. It proves how good they both are economically. $20,000 gold for Saladin, 10,000 for Emir. I don't know why they are not recruiting units fast. But I must say, economically, Arab lords are better than Crusader lords. Economically, apart from Wolf, I would say it's because all the other Arab lords, except Caliph and Sultan, like to produce bread. So they depend on bakery, which is a good source of earning some good amount of gold as well. I mean, if once you place your bakeries, you never run out of food, and you can put double rations, or also apply some taxes without losing your population. This is an advantage that these Arab lords have. His castle is burnt again. Will fire reach inside? Nope. So this time Saladin's attack seems to be quite effective. I mean, both guys are not running short of gold. I thought they might have run short of gold, but they aren't. So they are playing strategically, I think. This time Emir was able to build his catapults, but to no use. 277 troops. I don't know why Emir isn't sending his troops. I mean, I think he should send his horse archers before Arabian swordsmen to at least cause some amount of damage to the Saladin's defense here on towers. Look at the number of units Saladin has. Saladin's castles are beautiful and they have been built so strategically that it's almost very difficult for enemy to find an opening in his castles. And on top of that, he has placed his fire throwers in a very good position that allows the fire throwers to burn all the enemy units down before even entering the castle. But I think this time Saladin is getting the upper hand against Emir. Though Emir has got some number of troops. One tower is destroyed. That's a lot of horse archer Emir has. Rebuild his tower. He has got 10,000 gold. Okay, one thing why Emir has got a good amount of gold is because he's not launching his horse archers, right? He's not sending his horse archers to a Saladin. So as long as he isn't sending his horse archers, it doesn't count in his attack failure, which results in Emir waiting, and that way allows Emir to, earn more amount of gold through his bread production and taxes. Otherwise, Emir, being the aggressors, would have, run short of gold already. It's just because he isn't attacking consistently is the reason. He has got, 10,000 gold. And his attacks are almost useless. That's what I'm pointing out, that unless he sends his horse archers and cause some amount of damage to Saladin's towers here, the units on the towers, he must cause some amount of damage to them in order to force Saladin to recruit more defensive troops. Which will also allow Emir's Arabian swordmen to get closer to Saladin's walls. And it's not a small number of horse archers that Emir has, and if he sends his horse archers, that would be more effective. Saladin is now recruiting fast. He might well be coming again. Yes. I think if Emir keeps sitting quietly like this, it will allow Saladin to really go and kill Emir without any resistance, to be honest. That's a good number of Arabian swordsmen that Saladin has sent. He might well get burnt again. No. His attack failed, but he was able to cause a good amount of damage to Emir, which brought his gold down to 5,000. In order to bring Saladin's gold down, Emir must be attacking him consistently. I think initially Emir was consistent, but now after some time, he hasn't been quite consistent enough to put Saladin in some sort of pressure. Or in fact, he hasn't been able to put Saladin under pressure even for once. And given that his horse archers are almost wasted because he isn't sending his horse archers before Arabian swordsmen in order to apply some damage to his units on towers. Saladin is never running out of gold. He has got 16,000 gold. Emir has got 5,000 gold. But why Emir has got that amount of gold? It is because he is just sitting behind quietly and saving his troops and not recruiting, and hasn't been quite consistent after some initial attacks. But Saladin has shown both consistency and good economy, and has been able to put Emir under a lot of pressure. He's coming again. Emir has got 228 troops. Saladin's gold is lower than Emir's, but it's because he has recruited more number of units. That's a good number of Arabian swordsmen closing in on Emir's walls. Look at them surrounding his walls. They've made an opening in his castle, and all that Emir horse archers had were able to defend Emir's castle. That's a lot of horse archers that Emir had. And if only Emir uses his horse archers to a good effect against Saladin, he might well put Saladin under pressure, but he isn't doing so. So let's count how Saladin is making his economy running. He is buying and selling iron to produce metal armor. Also, he has got food production, bakeries, and double rations along with taxes. And he has got 3 to 4 ends, which makes his popularity reach 100%. And then he has got good fear factors, which also give boost to popularity. Again, you can see Saladin has got 12,000 gold. Emir has got 4,000 gold. And now let's see how Emir is earning his gold. Through what resources? One of them is food, bakery. And yes, he has got double rations or maybe half rations. Inns, taxes, and archers as well. Well, he recruits archers, European archers. Saladin is going again. This time he has got 306 units. This time, Saladin was able to reach Emir's cape, and he was able to kill Emir's horse archers. It would have been quite effective for Emir to have sent his horse archers against Saladin, and they would have caused a good amount of damage to Saladin's defensive units here. And as the things stand now, Emir has run short of gold. Saladin has got still 7,000 gold and more. Emir has got good number of units though, but now it might slow him down a little bit in recruiting terms, is because he now has to wait for gold to come and then recruit. Which is a good thing for Saladin. But he needs to be quick to respond, otherwise Emir will be able to recruit a good number of units again. He still has got 250 and is still recruiting. Saladin's waiting now. He has started recruiting again. 166 troops. I don't know why he starts waiting again. Here goes Saladin again. Will he be able to kill Emir this time? Let's see. Emir has got almost 300 units. That's a good number of Arabian swordsmen reaching Emir's castle. Should they be enough to kill Emir? Is the question. They should be enough, I think. Will they be enough is the question. Now they've made an opening. That's a lot of troops that Emir has. And his old troops are burnt. All of his troops are burned, and now let's see how many troops Emir has left. Only 108 troops. It means that more than 150 of his troops have been burnt in that fire. So, and he doesn't have enough gold to recruit again, right? Now Saladin has got the upper hand absolutely, and within a few next blows, he will be able to kill Emir. Should be able to. There is a little problem to why they stop recruiting again after one attack is because they wait for all of their units to get destroyed by the enemy and then they start recruiting. As you can see, the moment fire ballistas have been destroyed by Emir, Saladin starts recruiting again. Or I don't think he has yet started. He hasn't started yet. Slowly, Emir is increasing the number of his units. He has reached 160 now, but this time he is recruiting slowly. It's because he doesn't have gold. He was put under pressure, under flames by Saladin. Now his bakery isn't working, so he's just barely surviving right at the moment. And it is only a matter of time for Saladin to now launch his offensive again and kill Emir. As Saladin has got 300 plus troops, though his gold has also come down to hundreds, not thousands. This might well be the final blow to Emir. That's a lot of Arabian swordsmen that Saladin is sending. And he has got only one of his main gunners working. Note that this fight proved that still Saladin is the better lord compared to Emir and
Things
others.
aren't going so well, are
It's because
they?
you saw Emir
Still, never
offensively
mind.
initially was aggressive, but later on he just sat behind and kept waiting. And the other thing was that Emir wasn't sending his horse archers. If he had sent his horse archers against Saladin, that would have caused Saladin some damage and would have put Saladin under pressure. But I mean, having probably more than 80, 90 horse archers and not sending them means that you're just wasting them. Because Emir only kept sending his Arabian swordsmen who were not alone enough to have reached Saladin's walls either. But Saladin did a pretty good job by consistently sending his siege units and raiding with his horse archers. He kept Emir sort of on his toes. As you can see now, he's still sending his horse archers to a good effect. So, what would you guys like to see in the next fight on this empty map? This is where we saw that Saladin has displayed a good show here, and maybe Saladin versus Wolf, and we'll see how Wolf plays on this empty map because economically he's also very good along with Emperor Frederick. And let's not forget Abbott. Abbott is also very good economically. He almost never runs out of gold. And but I have one problem with Abbott is on this empty map, and that I'm using these original lords, not the buffed ones with unofficial Crusader patch. Abbott will only be making monks, which isn't enough against the enemy. Or I should select the weaker enemy who could match Abbott. Let's see, we'll do that in the next video. So Saladin has got now almost 250 troops. You see, now Saladin has slowed down as well because he now has to wait for some gold to get gathered and then recruits it. There he goes. This is going to be the final blow to Emir, who has been waiting for his death for a long time now. That's a load of Arabian
A
swordsmen.
message from the Emir.
Things aren't going so well, are
And
they?
horse archers as
Still,
well.
never mind.
Never mind, Emir, never mind. But it was your mistake. Because he wasn't sending his
A
horse
message
archers.
from the Emir.
If only he
Oh,
could have
Blue
used his
Thunder.
horse archers
Mother
better,
told me to be more
would have
careful.
brought a
Still,
different
a better
outcome
life
maybe.
awaits.
Let's see the amount of gold both of guys earned. Of course, Saladin was the greatest lord. He earned 2,77,870 gold, almost double than Emir's. Enemy troops killed by Emir were 1721, Saladin killed 1205. So Emir wasn't that aggressive compared to Saladin, and the number of breads produced by each of them, both of them are almost, for Saladin, it's almost double than Emir, and same goes for the weapons. For the population, 5146, and then buildings, and the number of troops produced from both guys, you can see there's a clear difference of almost 600 units. That's a huge number. So this is it for today. As you saw that Saladin proved to be the best lord in the game. And this is it, and I will see you in the next one. Do let me know which AIs you want me to uh, show their fight on this empty map. If you want to see Wolf, Nizar, Wazir, Frederick, just let me know in the comment section, and I will get back to you with yet another video.